Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 27th of February. Pakistan continues to violate ceasefire violation along frontier in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan's ruling PML-N elects Shehbaz Sharif as acting party president. And Indian pilgrims attend annual church festival on Sri Lankan island. And now for all the details. Schools in Rajouri district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province were functioning under threat as cross-border firing and shelling continued on Tuesday. There has been a spate of ceasefire violations by Pakistan this month.
Schools in the border areas of India's Jammu and Kashmir province are functioning under constant threat of shelling as rising cases of cross-border firing have been targeting civilian areas recently. The frequent shelling from the Pakistan side on Tuesday forced schools in Rajouri district of the province to function under fear as they reside very close to the border area. There has been a spate of ceasefire violations by Pakistan this month. There were reportedly over 130 instances of violation in January alone this year.
तो उसमें इतने हालात इतने खराब हैं कि सभी लोग अंदर सहमे सहमे से हैं और एक घर में हमें आवाज देकर कहा कि जल्दी से अंदर आ जाओ नहीं तो आप भी शल पड़ सकता है अभी ये सामने पड़ा ये.
The troops of arch rivals India and Pakistan intermittently exchanged fire on the de facto border despite an agreement in 2003 that a ceasefire should be observed along the working boundary. Both New Delhi and Islamabad blame each other for resorting to unprovoked firings.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday said India is one of the most open economies in the world and is ready to do businesses with the world. He made the remarks while pitching for foreign investments during the second India-Korea Business Summit in New Delhi.
Pitching for foreign investments, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday said India is one of the most open economies in the world and is ready to do business with the world. Speaking at the second India-Korea Business Summit in New Delhi, he said India is already the third largest economy in terms of purchasing power and very soon the country will become the world's fifth largest economy by nominal GDP. To the Korean businessman, he said India is now ready for business and promised to do whatever is required to promote and protect their investment.
If you see around the globe, there are very few countries where you have three important factors of economy together. They are democracy, demography, and demand. In India, we have all three together.
Over 200 business delegates are participating in the summit, which aims to create the framework for an open and action-oriented dialogue between top business leaders and the government officials from India and Korea. The summit will focus on various sectors including infrastructure, power, smart cities, manufacturing and other strategic areas of collaborations.
In news from Pakistan, Pakistan's Eastern Punjab Province Chief Minister Shehbaz Sharif will now head the ruling Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz or PML-N after his name was approved by the party's Central Working Committee on Tuesday. Shehbaz Sharif's name as the party's interim president was nominated by his brother and former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. The Working Committee also appointed Nawaz Sharif as lifetime quaid or leader of the party. The decision comes after the Supreme Court last week ordered that Nawaz Sharif be removed as the head of PMLN 6 months after the court disqualified him as the country's leader over unreported income. The top court ruled that any person who under the constitution is unauthorized to run in the election for parliament also cannot hold a post in a party. Moving on, agitated employees of Water and Power Development Authority in Pakistan-administered Kashmir recently carried out a massive protest in Muzaffarabad city. The employees held the demonstration against the Pakistani government, demanding their pending salaries and other basic allowances.
Agitated employees of Water and Power Development Authority or WAPD in Pakistan-administered Kashmir recently carried out a massive protest against the Pakistani government demanding clearance of their basic salaries. The workers in Muzaffarabad city of the illegally occupied region also raised other issues pertaining to their work culture. Blaming Islamabad for its discriminatory policies against them, the protesters vowed to continue the strike until their demands were met.
ये बेहिस्सी की इंतहा है। हमारे मुलाज़मीन परेशान हैं और सुबह से आते हैं यहाँ शाम तक यहाँ पर रहते हैं, लेकिन किसी अफसर के सर पे जून तक नहीं दिखती। भाइयों, हमारे जो मीटर रीडर है वो परेशान हैं, लाइनमैन परेशान हैं, सब इंजीनियर परेशान हैं।
Protest against the autocratic rule is not a new sight in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Locals in the region often take on the streets shouting and demanding even their basic rights in their own region. They allege it is part of Pakistan's agenda to keep the region underdeveloped, which it illegally occupied more than 6 decades ago.
Moving on to news from Nepal. Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli on Monday inducted 4 ministers to his new federal cabinet. President Vidya Devi Bhandari administered the oath to the 4 ministers. UML General Secretary Ishwar Pokhrel as the Defence Minister, former Nepal Rashtra Bank Governor Yubaraj Khatibara as the Finance Minister, senior Maoist Centre Leader Ram Bahadur Thapa as the Home Minister, and Maoist Leader Matrika Yadav as the Minister for Industry, Commerce and Supplies. Since Oli wants no Deputy Prime Minister in his cabinet, Defence Minister Pokhrel ranks second after the Premier. Oli, who was earlier this month sworn in as the Prime Minister of Federal Nepal, is now expected to boost the nation's ties with China, which is considered close to the country. After Oli, his party's ally leader, Pushpakamal Dahal, is expected to be the next Premier as per the merger agreement between the two. In news from Sri Lanka, hundreds of pilgrims from southern India and across Sri Lanka on Tuesday attended the annual St. Anthony's Church Festival in Sri Lanka's Kachivivu Island. The annual festival is marked by taking out mass and car processions by priests from both India and Sri Lanka.
Scores of pilgrims from India's southern Rameswaram city on Tuesday attended the annual St. Anthony's Church Festival in Kachivivu Island in Sri Lanka. Every year, thousands of pilgrims attend the festival, which has for long been bringing the people of India and Sri Lanka closer together. The festival provides the participants with an opportunity to mingle with each other in an area shared harmoniously by Tamils from both the countries. During the festival, mass and car processions are also taken out by the priests of both the countries.
அதோடு இன்றைய திருப்பலியிலே யாழ் மறைமாவட்ட ஆயர் அவர்களும் காலி மறைமாவட்ட ஆயர் அவர்களும் இந்திய குறுமுதல்வர் அவர்களும் கூட்டு திருப்பலி ஒப்புக் கொடுக்கின்றார்கள். அந்த வகையிலே அதையிட்டு நாங்கள் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறோம்.
On the Kachivivu Island, there is only one structure of an old church named after Saint Anthony, patron saint of seafarers to whom the feast is dedicated. The church, reconstructed by the Sri Lankan Navy, was handed over to the Roman Catholic Diocese of Jaffna in 2016 and hosts primarily fishermen devotees from the island nation of Sri Lanka as well as India's southern Tamil Nadu province.
With the vibrant spring festival of Holi around the corner, people all over India are ushering in the festival of colours. Locals have begun the traditional celebrations days before the main day of Holi by dancing to drums and picking Holi colours and water guns from the markets.
People in parts of India celebrated Holi festival by smearing each other with powder colours on Monday. The annual festival is associated with the eternal love of Lord Krishna and his consort Radha. It also marks the onset of spring. Hundreds of devotees in India's northern holy town of Mathura were drenched in colours as people celebrated the traditional Latmar Holi, wherein women beat up men with sticks. Locals smeared colour powder on each other's faces and danced to drum beats to celebrate the festival of colours.
हम होली खेलने के लिए एक महीना से तैयारी करते हैं। खूब बादाम, पिस्ता, घी, दूध खूब खाते हैं, ताकत आए इसके लिए। हमें होली खेलने के लिए हम सभी ब्रज को भी बहुत मेहनत करती हैं। नित्य प्रति मंदिर आती है, रोजाना होली चलती है।
In the eastern Siliguri city, residents of an old-age home celebrated Holi days ahead of the main festival. The residents were seen dancing to traditional songs and sharing laughter as they smeared each other with powder colors.
আমার খুব ভালো লাগলো এই রকম প্রতি বছরে ছোটখাটো অনুষ্ঠান হয়ে থাকে কিন্তু এবার বৃহৎ আকারে যে হলো সেটার বলে শেষ করতে পারবো না সবাই আমাদের একেবারে ঘিরে ধরেছে এই উৎসবে মাতিয়ে তুলেছে যেন আমরা নতুন করে আবার সেই ফুটে উঠেছি আমাদের যে বয়স যে ৭৭ বছর হয়েছে আমার সেটার মনে হচ্ছে না মনে সাথেই রয়ে গেছি
Meanwhile, in northern Kanpur city, the craze of water guns has increased among children. Markets filled with a wide range of water guns based on various cartoon characters are getting good response from the locals. It is also celebrated to herald the spring season when nature, casting off the winter gloom, looks its best. This year, Holi will be celebrated on March 2 across the country with full spirit and fervour.
A sculptor in India's southern Hyderabad province carves the sculptures on pencil nibs. Sculptor Dheeraj Kola has carved various sculptures and names with intricate detailing.
A micro-sculptor from India's southern Hyderabad province, Dheeraj Kola, has carved sculptures on pencil nibs. Dheeraj Kola is a self-taught micro-artist who dropped out of his mechanical engineering college to pursue his passion of carving immaculate sculptures on pencil nibs. The young artist's crafty fingers can carve words and different shapes on pencil nibs within minutes. Some of his most intricate works include a sculpture of Hindu Lord Shiva complete with a detailing of hair and facial features.
When I was in school, I used to carve on chalk piece as everyone does in our schooling days. So in the college, when I was bored in few classes, I thought of doing something artworks like what I did at my schoolings. So I went through few internet researches and about the artworks. At the moment I got about this miniature artwork of pencil carving. So I started doing on this.
Dheeraj uses social media to showcase his work to people, which has earned him several fans. He has gifted some of his works to renowned personalities like India's chief national badminton coach and governor of his home province Telangana, ESL Narasimhan, among others.
With International Women's Day just around the corner, Indian Railways has handed over the charge of a railway station to an all-women's team in India's Rajasthan province. The station has become the first in the northwestern province and the second in the country to be managed solely by women staff.
An all-woman staff is running operations at Gandhinagar railway station in India's northwestern Rajasthan province, making it the province's first and the country's second to be managed solely by women. The station was handed to an all-women crew by Indian Railways Ministry last week. The station's workforce comprises of 40 women who are responsible for running the operations at the station, which include ticket bookings, checking and reservations. Even the Railway Police Force or RPF personnel deployed at the station are women.
गांधीनगर एक ऐसा स्टेशन है जहां पे आपको कंप्लीट जो वर्किंग स्टाफ है, चाहे वो ट्रेन ऑपरेशन से रिलेटेड हो, बुकिंग हो या आरपीएफ हो, एंटायरली फीमेल्स आपको मिलेंगी. जितने भी कर्मचारी हैं वो फीमेल्स रहेंगी, मेल्स आपको देखने को नहीं मिलेंगे.
अच्छा भी लग रहा है हम लोग को. बहुत फीलिंग बहुत एक कहते हैं कि अजीब सी फीलिंग है अंदर कि हमें कुछ अच्छा करके दिखाना है. हम लोग को एक अपॉर्चुनिटी इतनी अच्छी दी गई है तो डेफिनेटली हम लोग अच्छा ही करेंगे इसमें.
Over 50 trains pass through the Gandhinagar station located on the New Delhi-Jaipur route, and it receives a footfall of nearly 7,000 passengers every day. Matunga station in India's financial capital Mumbai was the country's first to hire an all-woman staff in 2017. The station, with a staff of 41 women, entered the Limca Book of Records in January.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.